So here's the engine bay of Frank's C55 AMG, and I know most of these motors have the plate of the guy that put the engine together, and this one might be a bit hard to see, but the guy Di Giuseppe put this one together. So there's an Italian mechanic working at the AMG factory just outside of Stuttgart. So I was surprised to hear that you do most of the work yourself, Frank. I mean, you can't see the engine for a start. So
it's got a plastic cover. When the cover comes off, you can get to it. It's actually, in my opinion, one of the better engines. This is the M113, which is the last of the overhead cam engines. After this, they went to a double overhead cam. So if you've got a V6 or a V8, then they become quad cam, which in my view is a lot of parts. So I prefer the simpler engines. So I'm quite happy with the fact that it's got a single overhead cam, and it's relatively easy to work on. Space is a bit tight. I've had no problem with the engines in the time I've had it, and in 2.5 years I've had it. I've just replaced the radiator. Nothing else has gone wrong with it. One thing I have done as a modification is that, believe it or not, even though they're very powerful cars, they come out of the factory without a limited slip differential. So one of the things I did when I first got it was to actually add a limited slip differential in it, which I think really makes the car go a bit better, makes it go around corners a bit nicer.
So, and where did you do that work?
I did it in my garage. I actually bought the centre and fitted it. It's amazing what you can find on YouTube.
Wow.
So it was a relatively straightforward job. Maybe about 10 hours work all up. But one of the reasons I bought the car was not only to drive it, but actually to work on it. I enjoy working on them just as much as I do like driving them.
Okay. And what year did they start this model?
I think 2004, and they went through to about 2006. Maybe 2007.
Well, this penchant that Mercedes have got of putting large engines in small cars certainly paid off on this, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. I think it's great because it's actually not a big car, but it's got quite nice performance and handles really well.
Well, congratulations, Frank. A beautiful car, and thanks very much for your time.
Thanks very much, Vince. Great.